Pokemon Generation 9 was just announced a couple of minutes ago, and I decided that we had to go ahead and look through the trailer because at first I wasn't exactly sure what I was looking at. And guys, what we are going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be looking through this trailer. We're going to be talking a little bit about it. This is just going to be like my raw thoughts. I'm going to make a dedicated video on later on, maybe like later on in this week or something, talking about this overall, but I wanted to go ahead and get my early thoughts out right now because it was just announced, and of course I have to make a video about it. I'm sorry for my logo in the top right corner, but obviously Pokemon is pretty weird about, you know, them using their stuff, so I have to put that in the corner for copyright reasons. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer. So also, I did go ahead and turn off the music, unfortunately, just because I didn't really have a choice, because once again, they'll nail you for copyright with that. Now, when we first saw at the beginning of this trailer, I was not exactly sure what we were looking at. At first, I kind of thought this was for Detective Pikachu, because obviously, this guy's looking around with his flashlight. You know, we see a little scurry in the corner, and you would think that, like, you know, Detective Pikachu, this guy's walking around this building, but then we see the Game Freak logo, and then I start to think, wait, could this be Detective Pikachu? I mean, Game Freak did develop Detective Pikachu, unless I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that they did. And I mean, this guy's looking around, but the part that really got me, this room right here. When you go into this room, he's taking a look around with his flashlight. It's kind of like in the Detective Pikachu games, where you look for clues and stuff like that, and I kind of thought that's what he was doing here. And then you see the coffee right there, and I'm like, okay, obviously, Detective Pikachu in the movie, he absolutely loves coffee, so that makes all the sense in the world. So we're obviously jumping into the Detective Pikachu world. I kind of thought this might have been for the movie, but I mean, this is just crazy. So we get this white screen, and now we're going to take it a little slower as we look through this. So first of all, we get this awesome overview shot, and I'm not gonna lie, when we went into this overview shot, I kind of thought this was DLC for Legends Arceus. It just looks like it's that kind of style, which we are definitely going to be talking about because Generation 9 took so much inspiration from Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is absolutely beautiful because obviously Legends Arceus is like one of the greatest Pokemon games ever, so of course they'd want to take some inspiration from that. Down in that corner down there, we can see that there is the Pokemon Center. I mean, it looks just like a Pokemon Center. Wait, let's go back. It looks like there's some like solar panels over there, which I think is kind of interesting. I'm not exactly sure what like time period this takes place in, if this is like more modern. I mean, it's definitely more modern than like Pokemon Legends Arceus, but who knows. There's also this weird Pokeball thing over there. I wonder if that's like a battle spot or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Over there, I don't know what that is. This is probably going to be where like the main bad guy hangs out, honestly. See, with these shots, it looks like Legends Arceus, right? Like, if you looked at this shot, you would think, oh my gosh, like, this is Legends Arceus. This is DLC for it. But they're taking beautiful inspiration. We are going to have overworld Pokemon. I mean, look at this. This looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks like there's another Pokemon Center in the town, which is fine. Some shops. It kind of looks like Kalos. Now here we see some Starlies flying around, which is awesome. Makes me think of, obviously, Pokemon Legends Arceus. We see some Hoppip, so I thought we might be getting DLC, but I'm like, why would we get Hoppip as DLC? That'd be weird. Some wind generators, Bound Sweet, Petalils, some Psyducks. This looks like the marshy area. I mean, can we just say how amazing it is that we are actually going to be getting like an open world Generation 9? I think that the way that they're going to go about this is they're going to be talking kind of about like, we're going to have overworld captures similar to Legends Arceus where you can sneak up on Pokemon, but you can also throw your Pokemon out and battle them. However, it's going to be more of the traditional battle you'd see like in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, or Emerald or something like that. That's at least what I'm thinking right now, but I absolutely love that they're taking so much inspiration from Legends Arceus, and I actually think that the reason that they're able to get this game out so quickly, because this game is releasing at the end of 2022, is because they're using the engine for Legends Arceus. I mean, if we take a look over at these rocks over here, which is behind my logo, so let me move that. If we take a look at those rocks back there, we can see that they look very similar to the rocks in Legends Arceus. Claunchers, we got some Swablu's. I mean, this does look pretty modern. That looks like a modern dressed bald guy over there. Let me move that again. A modern dressed bald guy with his pants. There's a kid right there. Pikachu is just hanging out in the middle of the square. Absolutely beautiful. Just people walking around. There's a Blissey hanging out. Viper. Oh my gosh, I love how they are animating these new Pokemon that we didn't see in Legends Arceus. Look at the Larvitar in this cave. That is awesome. Magnemite hanging out. There's Lucario, of course. I mean, this is just amazing. Then we get the Pokeball. So I think that's either like a gym or it's going to be some kind of like, you know, bad guy location. But I don't really know. It looks gorgeous. I just have no idea what this could be. Dratini Fountain. I mean, so in the city, it looks very modern, which, again, you know, with Legends Arceus, the game wasn't set in a modern setting. You went back in time. So to see this is just insane. And for those of you guys who didn't know, there was actually a secret room in Legends Arceus that was discovered, which was like a main character's room, and it had a Let's Go Pikachu Eevee Nintendo Switch, and it looks like the main character's room here is actually the same, like, it's the same thing. So the house, as soon as we saw this, I was like, yeah, this has to be Generation 9, unless somehow our character gets a house. And then there's the female protagonist. Honestly, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm not too in love with the designs of these characters. I know there's going to be a ton of customization just because that's what they've done in the past Pokemon games, but honestly, the way they look right now, they just look like bland school kids. I don't know. I'm just not... They kind of look to me more like NPCs than they do... or NPCs. Did I say NPCs? I'm sorry, I'm excited. They kind of look more like NPCs that you would battle, like Schoolgirl Kate or whatever, or Schoolboy Tommy. I just don't really see them as main characters, but, you know, I mean, I guess they are what they are. The main characters doesn't really matter in a Pokemon game when we think about it. So let's go back here. We see him running in. So there again is a better close-up shot of the main girl. Like I said, I'm not crazy about their designs again, but, you know, I'll get past it. So this looks like the main character's house. You know, they got the artwork in there. Trying to see like if we get any hints of new Pokemon or anything, but it doesn't look like it. That kind of looks like Tierno from X and Y. So there's the Switch. And it's a Switch OLED, which I think is kind of funny. I kind of wonder if this is the room, the secret room in Legends Arceus, because it would make sense as they're obviously taking a ton of inspiration from it. So we see the Switch, which is great. Now we come back to the real world. I don't know what those kind of look like. Those kind of look like Dragon Balls to me a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but I do like them. Then this guy just looks all confused, which is pretty interesting. You know, we get a shot of all these. Then he's just kind of looking around the room, which, you know, we're like, oh, now it's time to reveal the starters. Now the starters. Okay, let me move this a little bit. So, when I first saw these starters, I was extremely disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I thought that the Grass Cat was by far the best out of the three. And then we have the, this, like, fire, he kind of looks like an apple dinosaur. He just looks really derpy, which at first I really didn't appreciate, but I think that now, I am appreciate. Let's see if we can get it closer up. Here, I'll move it in a little bit. At first I didn't really appreciate him. I have to say that right now I think that the Grass Cat's my favorite. This duck looks like Donald Duck from Kingdom Hearts. I mean, it is just absolutely insane. You cannot tell me that this is not Kingdom Hearts Donald Duck's son. Hang on a second. Hang on. I'm gonna pull up a picture. Kingdom Hearts Donald Duck. I'm gonna pull him up, and we're gonna see him. He looks like Donald Duck from Kingdom Hearts' son. I should have pulled this up earlier, and I'm sorry. While I'm pulling this up, like I said, out of the three of these, I definitely think that my starter list goes actually 1, 2, 3, the Grass Cat, the Fire Dinosaur, Apple thing, and then the Donald Duck wannabe. Hang on, okay, we're gonna pull up an image. So, I'm sorry, this is just my first impression, so this isn't gonna be well edited or anything. Let me pull up Donald Duck. He's around here, I know it. Donald Duck, here you go. You cannot tell me This is not Donald Duck from Kingdom Hearts Sun. Look at this. Look at the similarities. They definitely based this duck off of Donald Duck from Kingdom Hearts. I just, how could you look at this and think, oh, that's not Donald Duck's child? I can't even get over it. The hat, the white duck with the yellow beak. I mean, come on. This is just, absolutely hilarious. So yes, I thought that he looked like Donald Duck from frickin' Kingdom Hearts, but yeah. So like I said, my initial reaction for the starters was not really the best one, I do admit. But looking at them now, I think that I like them a little bit better. The grass cat, like I said, is probably my favorite, and it might be actually the first time in any Pokemon game, like for my first playthrough, that I actually start with the grass type, because through every generation, I've always started with the fire type, besides for Generation 3, which is my favorite generation, where I always start with Mudkip. So I think that it might be interesting to use this grass cat as my first starter. I mean, again, I really do like the little dinosaur apple guy now that I've gotten to look at him a little bit more and talk to my friends a little bit about him more. At first I was just not impressed, and then I guess the thing that I'm really trying to say about these starters, especially the dinosaur apple and the duck, is that these don't really look like starter Pokemon to me. In fact, the cat and the duck barely even look like Pokemon to me. And then the dinosaur, I mean, I guess kind of. I don't know. Am I the only one getting that feeling? Like, the cat just looks like a green cat, and then the duck just looks like a duck with a hat. So, yeah. Overall, now that I'm looking at them a little bit more, I definitely like them a little bit better, but I still think they're probably overall my least favorite starters of the generations. But you never know. I mean, these guys could turn into absolute monster evolutions, which I would love to see. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what their evolutions are. So there's a close-up of the starters, which is fine. I just can't believe that Donald Duck. And then Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. I don't know. What do you guys think about these names? I mean, we've had Sword and Shield. Scarlet and Violet, we're kind of going back to the color scheme again, which I guess is fine. I'm curious to see what the legendaries are gonna look like. I mean, Pokemon Red and Blue, like, I mean, they didn't really have, like, starters or Pokemon legendaries that looked like the colors they were based on, like the names were based on or whatever. But I'm curious to see what these legendary Pokemon are gonna be. And you know, if they decide to make a third iteration, which I don't think they will. By third iteration, I mean like Generation 3, you know, with Hoenn, we got Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, or with Generation 2, Gold, Silver, Crystal. I don't know. I think that they're probably just going to release DLC, but I guess we'll see. And then late 2022, that means we are getting 2 major Pokemon releases in the same year. One at the beginning and one at the end. And with Pokemon, as you guys all know, I mean, Pokemon games always release in November. So when you think about it like that, we only have like, I mean, it's like less than half a year, right? I think we're about half a, no, it's probably a little bit longer because 11, so about 7 months. So it's about half a year away, which is absolutely insane. Half a year before we get the next major new Pokemon game. I don't know. I'm in shock right now. So yeah, those are all my initial thoughts about this. There isn't much else to talk about. I think I'm gonna make a dedicated video kind of that's scripted where I actually like, oh no, easy speezy. Oh no. Okay, I'll just leave this up. So yeah, guys, with all that being said, those are my initial thoughts on this. I'm sorry that the Cuphead screen is up right now. If you did make it all the way to the end of the video, I want you to comment Cuphead because I doubt a lot of people are going to see this. And like I said, I'm not really going to do a ton of editing for this. I'm just going to throw some music on and get my thoughts up. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments and have a great rest of your day. Take care.